Welcome everyone, I'm Lee Muirhead.
And I'm Michael Croker. Come on a journey with us as we discover why life gets better with age and how we can all be living proof.
On today's show, resident style queen Tasha plans a stunning makeover for a special lady who wants a new lease on life. And Stephen has some tips on how to use QR codes and digital wallets in our modern cashless society.
Plus, Graham takes us out back to visit the biggest cattle sale yard in the country.
But first up, resident dietitian Carly talks post-surgery weight gain and small steps we can take to reduce fat by cutting back on those tempting snacks. Let's take a look.
So, Ron, I'd like to find out a little bit more about you.
I had a gallbladder removed, and ever since I had that removed, it seemed to have affected things a little bit.
He got a little depressed, and then he felt upset at the fact that he was eating more than he really should. Then he got depressed, and it's sort of this cycle.
Now I'm at a stage where I'm just overweight. I feel like I'm carrying a cement bag around with me all the time. Quite lethargic most of the time.
Have you done anything before to lose weight?
So he has stopped on his biscuit binge in the morning with his coffee. There are things he used to hide away from me, and then I'd go on at him and tell him off.
And what do you think about that, Ron?
I don't like the telling off bit. No, well, you know, it's kind of right, and I have given away the biscuits now.
I do have a set of scales that perhaps we can measure your fat around your midsection, perhaps your muscle mass as well, and then we'll go and have a look in the kitchen and see what you're eating and see if we can get you to lose a little bit of that extra weight that you've put on and give you some tips and tricks. Would you be happy to do that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. So we can see here that your weight, Ron, is around 114 kilos. So is that a surprise to you at all? What did you think it would be?
It's more than I thought.
A bit more than you thought? So another thing we look at when we look at the scales is your muscle mass, which is quite high. So that's a very good thing for your metabolism. But we do want to have a look at this body fat percentage, particularly that fat that we call visceral fat around your midsection. So you're at 42% body fat, Ron. So that is quite high, and we'd like to see that get down, look, ideally around 20%. But being at the age you are, having a little bit of extra fuel in the tank isn't a bad thing. So any reduction in that fat around your midsection will be giving you health benefits.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that?
Positive about it. If I can get it off, it would be great.
Having a look at the results on the scale, we saw that Ron weighs about 114 kilos and his body fat's at around that 42%, which was quite high, and we'd like to get that down, particularly the fat around his midsection, which will really impact his health. I think I can come up with a few tips and tactics for Ron and Danielle so that Ron doesn't overeat, but I will need to have a look at what he's eating to see why is he gaining so much weight and what can we do about it. Take me through a typical day that you would normally have.
A bowl of cereal like that, with a few dates and things like that in it. On top of that would go the yogurt and some cut up fruit.
Okay, and is this lunchtime around here?
Not the whole bowl of salad like that, but I would have half that, a couple of slices of cheese, and again another piece of fruit. And of course, yes, Danielle's pointing out the Kit Kat. Most afternoons, I'd have mixed nuts as well. Now, generally dinner's about that size, maybe a little more, depends on what it is.
A lot more, I think.
Do you go back for seconds, Ron?
Slice of bread and scooped out the sauce.
And what about this, Ron, the ice cream?
This is my favourite thing at the end of the night.
There are a couple of tactics that we can do to reduce that mindless snacking and overeating, which I think is causing your issue. Every meal that you have, we look at your hunger on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is that you are starving, 10 is that your Christmas dinner full, feel disgusting full. I want you to be at about a 3 every time you eat a meal. So you're not too hungry where you'd go for maybe not the best choices. You've got time to prepare a meal. and stopping at about a 7. So stopping before you've really finished being full enough. The way to do that is through slowing down eating. Often it takes our bodies about 20 minutes or so to send the signal from the stomach to the brain to tell us that we're full. So I need you to really sit down, enjoy your meals, take your time with each mouthful. With the snacking, a timer tactic. So every time if you're not hungry and you feel like an ice cream, I want you to set an alarm for around 30 minutes or so and say, I'm not going to have a snack until the end of that time. Now, what that does is it puts less emphasis on that impulsive eating and forces you to really consciously think about whether you do want that extra ice cream. And if you think about it and you think, I haven't had an ice cream all week, I'd really like one, I am a little hungry, have one. But you're not just eating it without thinking all the time.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
What do you think, Danielle?
Thank you. It's just great standing here and listening to exactly what I've been telling him, but he's listening to you, whereas he doesn't listen to me.
Oh, that happens.
You're only my wife.
Well, there we go. It's fascinating stuff, isn't it?
I know. And it's interesting. It does take a little while to actually realise you are full.
Yeah.
So waiting is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think what Carly's also teaching me particularly is it's not just about the food, it's also about how you think about food.
It's very deep. She
Fascinating.
does, an amazing job. All right, but right now it's time for our fashion makeover segment designed to help you look good and feel great. Resident fashion stylist and image specialist Tasha is on location, ready to meet Trees.
Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day here in Bribie Island and I'm standing outside of Teresa's home, who's married to incredible husband Wally. They've just moved in 2 years ago and it sounds like they've met a lot of friends. Shall we go meet them? Trees! Oh my God! How are you? Oh, it's lovely to see you! Come on in! Tell me, what's inspiring you for this new image?
I've had a really big couple of years. I seem to have lost myself. You get to a point in your life where you've got so many things happening to so many other people around you that it's not about yourself. Oh, I need to have my hair done. Oh gosh, that's going to have to wait. I guess it's always that mother instinct.
Yeah.
You know, we always come last.
What are your hopes or your expectations?
I love dressing for myself, but I love dressing for Wally.
So what would you envision for date night with Wally?
Something a bit sexy,
Oh.
a little bit sassy. Just something that Wally will look at me and say, oh my God, you're beautiful. It's got to be a new me.
A new year.
It has to be a new me.
So I think it's time to see your wardrobe.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I love it. Okay, color. I see it.
A lot
But where's
of colour.
the sexy?
This is one of my favourites.
Okay. Oh, love
Bought that
that.
in Bali. If I had to pick another one, it would probably be the blue one there.
This one here.
Yeah.
Got it. Love the color. I love that.
And Wally loves cleavage.
What shoe would you wear with this tie?
Oh, I've got the pumps there.
Love
They
that.
are my favourite blingy shoes.
All right, let's do that. I've met with Trees. She's really caring about date nights again with Wally, and so I just feel like we can dial up sexy. She's shown up for everyone else in her life, and it's time for her to show up for herself. We're going to do something very enhancing, but also very flattering to Trees. We obviously want to do color, but we want sexy. Turned up quite a few notches. Beautiful face. She has these gorgeous doe-shaped eyes. So we're going to enhance that. She has blonde hair, but super fine. And so what we're going to do, dry shampoo instantly brings volume. And she has an hourglass shape. We will cinch in the waist. So watch the space.
Oh, I'm sure Tasha hears a lot of that. I can relate to that. I'm a mum. And yes, you do put your family first. And yes, you do go down the bottom of the line, but you do have to find some me time. So it's going to be interesting to see Therese and how she ends up with the help of Tash.
Absolutely, and I think we've got a lot of reference there and a bit of a look with Wally, and I get the feeling there's a great love story in there too.
Date night, I love that.
Good stuff, looking forward to seeing more, so stay tuned, the big reveal a little later. Right now though, we are joined by Stephen Fennick. Stephen is the editor of Tech Guide and one of Australia's top tech journalists. He's here today to show us how to use QR codes and digital wallets with our smartphones.
Hi, Stephen. Thanks for joining us. I think through COVID, we were all using digital payments. You know, are we still doing that? And is that the way to go?
Yes, we are. Yeah, you mentioned COVID. It actually taught us how to do this. We were forced into these habits that we didn't normally do, like shopping online, cashless payments, digital wallets, scanning QR codes. It really taught us a lot of habits that we've hung on to. Even though COVID's over, we're still doing that.
Yeah. Okay. It's faster, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is,
It's interesting, isn't it? Because we're seeing the QR codes now not only in all facets of life, but particularly if you're going to a restaurant and if you're simply ordering off the menu and then paying. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you're right. It's not uncommon to see QR codes now in the restaurants, and it's not only the way for you to pay, but it's also the way for you to order. So now it's not uncommon to see a QR code on your table. That's the same QR code, by the way, that you would have been scanning during COVID. So if you're used to doing it during COVID, that's the exact same process right there. And that opens up then the menu for you to order. And then at the end of the meal, you make the payment also through the digital wallet as well. So it's becoming this completely digital system. You can leave your wallet at home. As long as you've got your smartphone, you're fine.
Yeah, I know. There's not too many dollars and coins around now, is there?
No.
And I even know some of the real estate signs. You know, we're being driven to scan those codes.
That's not uncommon. Yeah, I see often movie posters with a QR code, and you can see the trailer. It leads you to a link, and then you're seeing all this great content. So again, the process of the QR code continues well after COVID. We're going to be seeing that for some time yet.
Okay, well, talking about payments, I mean, credit card, I still do carry around my credit card with my phone. Probably sounds silly. So I should be putting it on my phone.
You can, yeah. It's really easy to do. If you depending on whether you use an iPhone or an Android phone, there are different wallets. So Apple Wallet, Samsung, Google Wallet. And it's as simple as taking a photo of your credit card. If you go into these apps, there is a camera icon and it brings up your camera window. Hold your card in front of it. It'll read the credit card number, the expiry date. All that information is then saved on your phone. You can enter it manually if you like, but it does give you then the option of leaving the credit card at home, and this is replacing that piece of plastic. And just as we were tapping in stores with our credit cards, we can now do that with our phone. It's even safer having your credit card on your phone, would you believe? If I drop my wallet and all my plastic is on the floor, people could pick it up, go make payments until I report it stolen or lost. But with your phone, it's protected by your passcode or your Face ID. So it's actually safer digitally than it is physically.
Wow. Can I just ask you something else regarding credit cards? You know, like your Ubers and your taxis, they ask for your credit card details. Is that safe to do that, or is there another option?
Yeah, it is safe to do that. They're normally pretty trusted. They encrypt all your information, but there are options. So if you want to use Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Google Pay, those forms of payment are actually, they don't share your credit card information with the company you're dealing with. It generates a unique token, a one-off token, to facilitate the payment. So they don't even see your credit card details.
So your phone actually is your bank, basically?
Absolutely, yeah. So because you've already stored it in your wallet, it's there ready to go.
I might look at doing that.
Yeah, fantastic. You take some very big ideas and you make them sound very straightforward, Steve. We appreciate it. Thanks again. Well, coming up next on the show, Graham takes us outback as he explores the second largest rural town in the heart of Western Queensland. Let's take a look.
G'day guys and welcome. Well, I'm standing here on the outskirts of one of the fairly well-known outback towns in Queensland, Roma, about a 5.5 hour drive west of Brisbane. Now, like most of these outback towns, we're going to be checking out some of the local sites and talking to some of the unique characters that this town has to offer. So, as they say, when in Rome, let's take a look. I'm here at Up the Creek Garage. It's probably one of the most amazing places I think I've ever seen. And I'm here with the owner and the founder and the local legend, Robert Burton. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Mate, you've been around the place for a long, long time. Five generations, I'm hearing. Of the Burtons here in Roma. And mate, how did you get into this? How did you get into the business of, I mean, look, I'm looking around, I've got Trans Am, I've got Mustangs, I've got Cadillacs, I've got Minis, Holdens, Ford. How?
A period of time, passion for cars, I suppose. You know, the old 69 Mustang there's the first one we bought 32 years ago.
Yep.
And it just grew from there, you know. There's about 15 show cars that are showable.
Yeah.
Then another 15 that's in progress of states of restoration.
Okay.
You know.
Mate, this place is amazing. And there's even a couple of Longhorn catalogues.
That's right.
What's the story behind them?
We come off the land
and
didn't want to lose that tie sort of thing, I suppose you could say. And Roma's a cow town. And promote Roma.
We are here at Roma's largest bottle tree, and I'm here with Craig from Boo Book Eco Tours. Morning, Craig. How are you, mate?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you.
Tell me about this monstrosity, girth, beautiful thing you see before you, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the tree.
This is one of our very impressive bottle trees. We've got a number of bottle trees around the town area, but this one happens to be the biggest.
And of course we've got them all the way down the Avenue of Heroes as well.
That's right. So each bottle tree along the main streets and side streets in Roma represents a soldier that's fallen within World War I. So very special and have deep meaning for our town.
Well, here we are at the largest sale yards in the Southern Hemisphere, the Great Roma Sale Yards. With over 8,000 head of cattle here for sale today, they can push through just under 300,000 per year. Originally built in 1969 out of timber, you can now see in modern day it's all out of steel and can hold up to 17,000 head of cattle. What an amazing experience. Well, I'm here with the Mayor of the Maranoa region, Mr. Tyson Golder. Good morning, mate.
Good morning. Welcome to Roma Sale Yards, the biggest sale yards in Australia.
Thank you very much. Mate, what is the magic of Roma? Tell me.
Certainly, you'd start with a sale yards tour every Tuesday, but you can come any other time. This is a really authentic experience. It's one of the highest rating visitor experiences that we get feedback about because you just don't get an opportunity to see this anywhere.
What draws people to Roma?
The people are just so friendly. That's the comments I get all the time.
Yep.
You know, there's so many things to come and explore, and it's not just Roma, it's also the Maranoa. It's our towns at Mitchell. We've got the Mitchell Spa. Surat, you've also got the big cod down there and the fish tanks.
Well, thank you, Tyson. I appreciate your time, mate.
Thank you.
Well, what a fantastic outback town. From the bottle trees to the iconic sale yards here in Roma, some great places of interest and some fantastic characters. What a place to visit. But as always, don't take my word for it. Come and check it out for yourself.
Oh my goodness, Graham, he finds the best characters.
Doesn't he? He's got a knack for it.
Yeah, I love that. That sale yard is huge.
Yeah, and I think Roma's just packed full of history.
Yeah.
The sale yard piece alone goes back many, many generations. Quite amazing. And the car collection. Who would have thought?
Oh, I know. You were very excited about that. Your eyes just lit up when you saw
I think I was a fan of the 69 Mustang. That was quite amazing.
Okay.
Yes, impressive.
Yeah, very good.
So now, are we ready to meet the new trees? Tash is standing by for the big makeover reveal. Let's take a look.
So I just assembled all of Teresa's friends here in the clubhouse, and oh my gosh, she has a lot of friends. I cannot wait to show you the new trees. Are you guys ready for trees? I'll go get Therese. I've loved working with Therese. She's so loving and has sacrificed so much for so many. And it's time for her to put herself on the list. Wally is going to flip out.
Therese! Here we go!
Who are you?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I love her dress.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful inside and out.
Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Aye.
Whoop.
Well, Teresa's got a lot of friends. That was a very big reveal, and she looked absolutely stunning. It's going to be a special date night.
Yeah, I think so. It was great to see Wally on the dance floor as well, so clearly the man was very impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Tash always does an amazing job. But do you know what? That's the end of another episode. A very special thank you to all of our wonderful guests.
Absolutely. And to Graham, Stephen, Carly and the amazing Tasha, as always, for showing us how we can all make a few simple changes, share new experiences or learn new things to become living proof that life just gets better with age. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.